What's up, y'all? Happy New Year! It's 2020, and we're going to take a look at a Ilco broken mortise lock. Now, on this mortise lock, it's somewhere where I'm at often, and I'd watched them try to pry it open about 3 or 4 months ago, and they were sticking several screwdrivers through the hole, and this was a result. I never paid much attention to it. I just walked off. I didn't even volunteer my help because they know who I am, where I am, etc., etc., and they didn't bother to ask me, so I just let them go with it. Come to find out, that door hadn't been open in several months. Let's take a look at the lock. And I had to open it today for an alarm dude who decided to get up in my shizzle while I was looking at it after he asked me if I could open it. But then he kind of crowded over my shoulder and decided he wanted to try himself. So I just walked off and said, "You're the alarm guy, go ahead." And came back like 10 minutes later, and the door was still stuck shut. So I popped it open with my handy dandy for law enforcement only slippy tool. This is only a simulation of the for law enforcement only Z tool. And then boom, and then it opened, and then we're in, yay. And took the mortise lock out. Didn't take me about a second to do. However, I think he got the hint that he shouldn't have been looking over my shoulder. You know, I hate it. Especially tradespeople should know better. Anyway, let's take a look at the mortise lock. Long story short, don't get in people's business if you don't need to. Just don't do it. If you're in another profession, just let them do their thing and you do your thing. So Ilco is not the greatest brand. It is a decent brand. It's been around for a long time. Typically it uses some what I call left or right keys, and there's 2 of each one. One has the post sticking up and another has a post, so like the cuts in it. There may be 5 or 6 different options, but strictly always, ooh, look at this, what is that, 2 lever? 2 lever, heavy spring, and we see what happened here. We have a busted hub. This is typically because people force a doorknob, and there's no coming back from this. There's no fixing this, just to be clear. No fixing the cheap mortise locks like that. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot else wrong with it. These little things are still good. It is just a split apart hub. That's where the spindle goes through for the knobs, which pulls this back, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. So it's actually fairly well made, especially I've done a video, I think it was back last year, where we talked about the Amazon versions of these. And I do have like one example of the key. Let's see, this is, nope, that broke. Yeah, and that's another thing. These are just as bad as the hub is because these little things are really soft. I don't know, is this, oh, this might be the right one. Might be the right one. Let's see. It is the right one. Oh, there goes that spring. So anyway, that is the type of key. However, as we can see from this lock, it broke off. And any extra little pressure, these keys are made of pretty crap metal. So if you have any interference with the bolt going out, or obviously with the knob retracting, you're gonna end up with shattered metal. And in that situation, you would just replace the mortise lock. Since it is an Ilco locks are still available. Here is a kit. Comes with new trim, new cheapy knobs, and oh look, there's another key. That's a different style key. However, finding them key to like is pretty difficult. It's not easy to do, getting them key to like, so just be aware that it's not easy to find. You can also, I think you can just buy the mortise lock bodies. I'll have to check with IDN. Usually I get that from IDN Acme to replace those with, and I don't know offhand whether they have just the bodies. I think they do. I know they just have the crystal doorknob, quote, crystal doorknobs. And yes, there's Progressive Hardware. These are actually better knobs than what is in this kit. So anyway, that is just a quick video on the dangers of using aftermarket, being Ilco. Ilco has been around a long time. They are much, much better than their Amazon counterparts. However, they are still prone, you know, they're still just cheap locks. So it is what it is. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll catch you next video.